A very good morning, good evening, and good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. I hope you are okay. Whatever place it is that you're listening to the Life Signatures Radio, this is a daily show, a teaching podcast on the subjects of purpose, productivity, and resilience. If that sounds boring to you, in this world that is inundated with a lot of material, a lot of content that is just for entertainment and recreation and laughs and jokes and so on, you need a break from all that stuff so that you can come here and we talk about where are you going with your life. I mean, what are you going to do about your life of productivity? What kind of impact do you intend to do or do you intend to make in this world? What are you going to do to bounce back when you fail? And what are you going to do to recoup whatever it is that you've lost? What are you going to do to redirect, to repurpose your life? What are you going to do to pivot and, when things go south in your life? Those are some of the things that we discuss in these episodes. We are in the middle of a series. We've been talking about reputation. In fact, we just finished talking about the 5 things that you stand to lose when you have a bad reputation. We finished that yesterday, and right now we're going to start talking about how you can recoup a lost reputation, how you can recover. 7 ways you can recover a reputation that has gone south. It's possible, it's important, it's needed, it's critical. Stay tuned.
Welcome to the Life Signatures podcast with Lawrence Namale. Lawrence is a life coach, author, and keynote speaker who loves to tackle different topics on purpose, productivity, and resilience. His mission in life is to awaken all your boundless possibilities available in you. Life Signatures podcast is dedicated to bring to reality every single person who knows that deep down in their gut, there's got to be more to life than this. And now, here is your host, Lawrence Namale.
So let's get started here. When you talk of oil spills, remember? You've heard of oil spills more than once, more than twice. When you hear of oil spills, you know that much of the information that you're getting is spoiling the reputation of a particular company. BP, remember BP, British Petroleum, lost not just in terms of revenue, but also in terms of their reputation when there was an oil spill. A massive oil spill. When you talk about Samsung, you know how much clout they lost when their phones started exploding. A few years back, I think in 2017 there. When we talk about Tiger Woods, you know how much he lost just about in terms of his reputation and also his revenue. Again, somewhere around 2017 there. And, how he came back and so on and so forth. If we are to put the numbers to reputation, it will be astounding. Listen, it is estimated that over $500 billion a year are lost due to wrecked reputations. Combined throughout the world, $500 billion. It's incredible. That's a big number. It's a huge number. Imagine if you could flip that statistic. Or before you can even flip that statistic, imagine if you could give a country like Uganda $500 billion for their annual budget. It will be a massive, massive blessing. The fact is that where a reputation is lost, there is going to be a cost. It's going to cost us something. And it is proof that if it is handled well, if you flip it, the reputation could bring us revenue. In fact, if it's reversed, it's a good thing. An airline in the United States of America is normally on the forefront. It's called the United Airlines. They broke a musician's guitar. This is a musician's guitar. I mean, I am in Uganda, in Kampala, in Africa. And I'm talking about a stranger of a musician and his guitar. You see how big reputation is? How did I know about that? It is because of how these people handled their reputation when it was just about to break. So United Airlines, they, listen to this, they refused to fix a broken guitar of a particular passenger that was flying with their plane. You know what he did? He composed a song about that incident, and the song went viral. Now, the numbers involved in the revenue loss, you know the numbers? $180 million lost by United Airlines. Okay, let me ask you a question. How much does a guitar cost? It's not even $100. Okay, it's $100 for a good guitar. Or more, maybe $200. At most. At most. See, these guys, they messed up big time. They messed up big time. The loss of a reputation might not necessarily be quantifiable. It might be astronomical. And I said earlier on that these guys did a good job. No, I wasn't talking about United Airlines. I was talking about another airlines, which I'm going to share with you later. But United Airlines lost a big deal in mishandling a small, tiny issue. And that's the problem with the reputations, ladies and gentlemen. We live in such a fickle world. You know, such a world where, like in the words of Arsenal's manager, small margins contribute to major disappointments. Just small, tiny margins. I heard Brian Tracy years back saying that if the horse that wins the race wins by a nose, it wins the top prize, which is millions of dollars. And the second horse that comes in, the second horse lost by a nose. It doesn't mean that the second horse is hundreds of thousands or millions of whatever slower than in value than the first one. It's just a small, tiny margin. And that's the problem with a reputation that is spoiled. It's a matter of margins and it messes you up. You can have a lousy time to recover, long time to recover. Can cost you quite a lot, like these numbers we've been quoting. So we discussed over the previous episodes, we discussed some of the things that you stand to lose when you have a wrecked reputation. And the truth is that at times it's not quantifiable. It's much more than what I just said. You lose much more than you bargain for. In fact, you might not know how long it's going to take to see the detriments of the loss of that particular reputation. It might take longer than you actually bargained for. The year 2019, in that particular year, we saw how one man went both extremes of the reputation game. 2019. He always had it made, Tiger Woods. Talented, committed, elegant, a model, a picture of the modern male man, African American. A role model to very many people around the world. Then the revelations came. Then the divorce followed. Then the settlements. Then there was loss of clout, sponsorships, endorsement deals in one year. All that happened to a man. The only people who were left were Nike. We talked about this. Tiger went into a tailspin. It is mooted that he resorted to drugs and drunkenness. It is actually said he resorted to that, as in, there are people on CNN. Is it CNN? There are people who basically did broadcasts calling Tiger's life an obituary. I mean, reading his obituary, basically, laughing and saying it's done, bury the man, it's over. Because those people were in the reputation business and they know just how fickle it was, or so they thought. Everyone that could write anything about Tiger Woods wrote him off. Anyone that could say anything about Tiger Woods say that it's done and it's dusted for him. He was considered history. Then, through sheer commitment, and this is what I want us to focus on, because it is commitment, determination, it is mental toughness that is going to help us to face head on whatever spoils whatever messes we've brought about on ourselves or other people have brought on us that have messed up our reputations. It is possible for us to, like an eagle facing a storm, stay steadfast and ride that particular storm. So through sheer commitment, through mental toughness, Tiger Woods started regaining his mojo. Ultimately, by the way, he won the Masters. The Masters is one of the topmost competitions in golf for the 5th time in 2019. And he was given an honor by the President of the United States of America. An honor for being a top-notch citizen. This is the same guy who had been dropped by just about everybody. We are learning from this that it is possible to regain our lost reputation. It's going to cost us mental toughness. It's going to cost us commitment. It's going to be arduous. It's going to be drudgery. It's going to be tough. But that's what staff of legend are made of. That's how we earn back our reputation. We cannot buy it back. We cannot be seen to be bribing back to get our reputation back. No, we can't. We've got to honor the process, the drudgery. We've got to go through the process, the pain, the slowness. We've got to go back and show that we are resilient. We are, people of integrity. We are concerned. We are repentant. We've got to pay the price. And we've got to regain that reputation that we lost. And I believe that as much as it will take a bit of time, depending on how bad your reputation was wrecked, there is always going to be hope. There is always going to be a possibility that you can fully recover. In fact, some people become better than they were before they failed. Make no mistake, though, it shall cost us a fortune. It shall cost us time. It shall cost us a lot of energy. It shall cost us as much drudgery in consistent mode as possible. And the good news is that once your reputation has been recovered, chances are that there will be no go back to how you were previously. You will be better. If anything, there is a great reason to believe that you will be much, much better than you ever were initially. Tiger hadn't received a Presidential Medal of Honor before his fall, but he did receive it because of his fall, I believe. And so we will start looking from the episode tomorrow how we can be able to recover a wrecked reputation, how we can be able to do this. Now, when I talk about the how, I am not giving you formulas. I'm giving you things to do, and these things to do might take a year, sometimes a month. Believe me, reputations take quite a bit to recover. The worst you can do is to try to circumnavigate the process. So tomorrow we get started with this. Until then, bye-bye.
Thank you for listening to Life Signatures Radio. If you enjoyed today's show, subscribe to Life Signatures Radio on iTunes, Stitcher, or visit our website at lifesignatures.libsyn.com. Life Signatures Radio, fresh, clean, and inspiring.